Hey Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today to share with you a layout for this month's April 2017 Cocoa Daisy Sketch Challenge. I created the sketch and I'm going to show you a process video on how I interpreted the sketch. This is my finished layout. You can see I made a few modifications. The sketch originally has a dark background piece at the top and a bottom background at the bottom, which you can see I've tried to create here, and the circle. So I decide to use the lace as my circle, and I have cut out from this piece of pattern paper the floral that I want to use as well with the circle. I have that cut apart card from Simple Stories that I overlaid with a day in the life card, and then my two pictures, which are black and white photos of my cat Belle and I. This layout is titled Lap Cat. She is definitely my lap cat, and it's about our afternoon routine. The colors in these pictures are a little bright and they don't go well with the pattern paper that I wanted to use. The background is really busy on the pictures too. If you take a closer look when you see the close-ups of the layout, you'll see that I'm in my scrap space, and so I have shelves that run beside me that are full of adhesives, watercolor stuff, and you can see all of that busyness in there. So by converting the pictures to black and white, I take away some of that busyness so that you focus on the cat and I. She's black, so she is kind of hard to make out in there with white paws. She's a black and white tuxedo. And so you saw that I had the cream piece of paper that I took out, and I tried a white piece of paper, and ultimately I decided that I didn't like the top and bottom that the sketch called for, so I was just going to ignore that part of the sketch. I wanted to put something though to give that illusion of the divided top half and bottom half, so I'm going to spend an awful lot of time rifling through my stash from the kit to create banners that come out of the side of the circle, and here I am figuring out which of those pieces of paper that I think I want to use. You saw the square pink fresh paper, and I thought that I might use that as a different background, and I thought I liked that, but I abandoned that. And I go back and forth between the pink piece and the back of this floral paper. I cut it in half there so that I can try and create banners to put out the side. And ultimately, despite a lot of shuffling, I really don't like it. I have enough from that floral that it doesn't need anything else poking out of the sides of it. But I try. I find the selvage strip from that floral, and I really like that, and decide that I'm going to put that down the bottom. The pink in of the flowers and the weight of the pink down the bottom sort of just ties everything together and kind of grounds that element. And this is me really trying hard to create some type of banner moving across the page to unite it all there, but I realize I don't want it. I really like that I love naps, and while I have tons of stuff in the kit and don't need anything else, I have to save this because I think I'm going to be able to use that later on, and it is getting covered up by this wonderful card from the Day in the Life kit, so that works for me. I've decided that this is where I'm going to lay things down and set to cut off the selvage strip, and then I'm distracted by the back of the exclusive Cocoa Daisy pattern paper, and I like this a lot more. You can see the floral better, and it's a white background, but it's a not pure white background, so the colors of the triangles complement the colors that I've got in the kit, which is the beauty of kits. So spur of the moment, I changed my mind and used that background, though I'm not sure what I want to do. Again, I'm still obsessed with needing to have that top half and bottom half, and the way that the sketch lays it out with the giant circle that I have here, it just isn't going to work for me. So I do eventually abandon that idea. I apply some adhesive. That doily is from Spiegel Mom Scraps. I got that some time ago, and it's not part of the kit at all, but I really wanted it for the circle. I couldn't make any of the pattern papers work with the idea of that floral that I really wanted to use. I struggle with getting these pictures down because I think I had them laid out differently, and you'll see throughout my process videos that this is something that I really struggle with. I create the layout, love the way that it looks, and then when you go back to recreate it, it doesn't come back together quite the way that you had originally created it. But that's okay, it all still works out in the end, and it's just pictures and pattern paper after all. The most important part is telling the story. So I told you I was obsessed with getting these banners in there. I realize I'm not going to, and kind of, it's not fussy cut, but I unstraight cut. It's not a word, but you know what I mean, to get a little piece of the blue, that light blue, to tie in the top and the bottom. I love this butterfly on the packaging from Pretty Little Studios, and I really wanted to use it, but I have enough big elements in there that I really don't need to add anything else. So I'm using all of the different parts of both the main and the Day in the Life kit. I'm digging through embellishments. These are the print and cut files that I always pre-print, and sorting through things that might work based on the color scheme with this layout, and my usual shuffle of things. Pull out all the things that do work and then decide what I'm actually going to use. I love the print and cut files that come with the Cocoa Daisy exclusives. If you don't subscribe to the kits, it really is worth it, along with the cut files that Arlie creates. You know, it's funny. I work with her and I don't even know how to say her name. Maybe she'll chime in here and let me know the actual pronunciation of her name. Although, what I should do is check Facebook, because there's that little thing that says pronounce name. I need to remind myself to do that. Anyway, I digress. So here's the puffy stickers from the Pink Fresh collection that come with the Day in the Life kit. I love the puffiness of these stickers and have realized that puffy stickers are really quite the thing these days. Sorry, I pulled the layout off camera there. Not sure what I'm doing. Oh, I think I had put the arrow down and I pulled it up and didn't like the way that it pulled up, and so had to clean off the end of it. I liked the sentiment that was on that blue arrow, but I also really liked Take Note even better, and so I overlaid the sentiment. That blue circle from the print and cut file that I originally had on the right, I moved over to the left. It created a better balance of the heaviness of the embellishments on the left rather than having them on both sides, because your eye now moves from that top scallop border down to the embellishments on the left-hand picture over to the right where it says Moments and Love Where You Are. And these are the stickers that come with the Day in the Life kit for my title. It was a no-brainer that this had to be called Lap Cat. And that is it, my friends. I do go in and journal in the circle, and then I actually do an outline in black along the journal card to just pop that a little bit, and it looks a whole lot better. Coming up are a few close-ups. We would love for you to play along with the Cocoa Daisy Sketch Challenge and join us this month. Thanks for stopping in today.